Hello and welcome to a daily dose of cars. Welcome to today's daily dose of cars. I'm your host, and let's begin. So, have you ever wondered about cars? Have you ever wanted to go deep into it or dive into it? Well, I'm a car expert, and today I'm going to help you do that. Every day, I'm going to do a daily dose of cars. I'm going to give you all the information, and I'm going to make sure to make it as fun, as informative, and as interesting as I can. Let's get into it, shall we? So, first of all, I'm gonna start off with something I call a retro review. What you don't know what a retro review is? Well, retro means something that is 2 to 3 decades old, and it's a different term. So, I am 2 to 3 decades old. I'm retro, I think. No, I'm not retro. I'm not retro in any way. Okay, let's get into it. So, the retro machine we have for today, it's a review as well, is the Ascari KZ1 from 2006, and boy does it look beautiful. Now the Ascari KZ1 stats down on paper, it sounds like something you'd be prepared to auction. It's like body parts. And I'm not talking like a little finger. I'm not talking about a little finger. Something really useful, like a kidney or an eye. Yes. You may not understand this, but let's go a little bit deeper so you will understand it. Let's break it down a bit. So the car itself is powered by the old BMW M5 V8 block. It's been returned, recustomized, completely redone to make 400 from its previous 400 brake horsepower to 500 brake horsepower. Yes, the Ascari KZ1 comes with a stunning 500 horsepower. Now that is really good, and it has mid-mounted in a carbon fiber monocoque. Yes, it has carbon fiber as well. Now that is very good. And driving the rear wheels, it's mated to a 6-speed manual and is capable of 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds. For 2006, that's pretty good honestly. And has 200 miles per hour potential. You're right. The top speed is 200 miles per hour. That's 2006 as well. So it's really cool, and it's enough to stop dinner party conversations dead. Yeah, now it all sounds lovely, but until you hear the cost. Well, and your mouth will need shutting with a hydraulic ram. The Ascari KC1 costs £235,000. Now that's a lot, even for a car, and even for our rich people, even for all of them. But you see, the Ascari KZ1 is not exactly a showstopper, is it? So, is it worth it? Is it not? Well, it isn't ugly. It has slightly borrowed those Peugeot headlamps at front that do not help in any way. But it's not ugly. You can see that. And also, because of the size, it does not make it as intimidating like a Lamborghini Murcielago, for example. So, it's not ugly. And I'm going to talk to some of the stats. Now, the car has a 5-liter V8, pretty good, producing 500 brake horsepower, rear-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds with a max speed of 200 miles per hour. Wow, that's incredible. And one of the best parts is it weighs 1,275 kgs. Incredible. Except the price, that's not incredible in any way. £235,000 for this is a lot. But I have to say, the car itself is really good. Let's go to the rear end now. The rear end, it's not surprising, it looks terrible. Terrible, in fact. You know what's happened to the headlights over there? The spoiler looks pretty nice. It's a really cool spoiler. I don't know what it is. It's oddly designed. You know, it's like how a kid builds when he does drawings, right? Looks like the kid must have gone onto a designer's laptop and drawn a few hills, and they must have put it as a spoiler. Now that is not a great spoiler. It looks alright, very futuristic. The headlights look terrible, first of all. Don't know what happened to the headlights. But anyways, I'm gonna go into the interior as well now. The interior is pretty sporty. But I don't know what happened to bucket seats. Like, they sort of tried to make the bucket seats with leather. Bucket seats are not supposed to be made with leather. And if you don't know what a bucket seat is, it's a racing seat. It's a seat that race cars use or very sporty cars use. Now, what I think Ascari is trying to do is put leather on a bucket seat. Now, that's totally not right. You don't do that. Now, it's a manual as always. 2006 didn't have automatic, so they were not as frequent. But yeah, the interior is pretty lavish, it's pretty luxurious, but I don't understand the meaning of why they had to make it too luxurious. Like, putting leather on the bucket seats was totally useless. But I guess for £235,000 they had to do it. So there you have it, the rimac, the Ascari KZ1. I'm mixing up cars now, that's just terrible. Let's get straight to the next one, which is a rimac, the Navara. So Rimac has just launched their latest car, which is the Rimac Navara, and it's been making headlines everywhere. It's like Google, Facebook, and Amazon. They're one of the most fascinating things about the digital world which we now live in. That the tech titans which dominated seemingly came out of nowhere, and not that long ago either. The old order got scrambled fast. And this is just as fast, it's just as impressive, it's just as quick. It got scrambled so quickly. Rimac is like the old order. Let's get straight to it. So first of all, the Rimac is from Croatia. You might have never heard of it. Yes, it's a Croatian electric hypercar brand. And of course, it's crazy. If you have seen Sony, it's so cool. Honestly, I don't have any words to express what the Navara is, but the car features a 6960 cell 120 kilowatt lithium / magnesium / nickel battery pack in a H shape along the spine at behind the cockpit. There are 4 surface mounted permanent magnet motors driving each wheel individually. The most advanced torque vectoring ever achieved, and a power output equivalent to a 1914 brake horsepower. That's a lot. And the torque factor is 1740 pound-foot of torque. That sounds pretty familiar to the Pininfarina Battista, but let's not get over there. This car is truly an electric hypercar. It's not a hypercar, it's a beast. An electric beast. And it takes 19 minutes to go from 0 to an 80% state of charge. Very good. The Navara has a range of 340 miles. Pretty good for a hypercar, I have to say. At the top speed is set to be 258 miles per hour. But Rimac's chief test driver, Miro Zrnčovic, admits to use that despite a highly rigorous test program, they haven't quite got there yet, so we're not exactly sure about whether this car can go faster or slower. We don't know. But they have said that they have a confirmed top speed of 258 miles per hour. But if they had a better program, they could have done some really cool things. Okay, do 0 to 60 in 1.85 seconds. 0 to 100 in 4.3 seconds. It demolishes the quarter mile from a static start in 8.6 seconds. Oh my god. Yeah, it's crazy. But here's the catch. Rimac plans to make only 150 units of these at prices starting from £1.7 million. Now that is a lot. And I don't know. I don't think a lot of people will be able to get it. It looks stunning though. Just so stunning. And I would want one, but I guess I can't get it yet. Oh man. Let's get on to the designing. Now if you look at that really cool wing, much better than the Ascari's wing. Rimac's designers do know how to do their rear ends. The headlights, the way they've curved around, just look perfect for a Rimac. And the headlights just look beautiful. My eyes are like inspired. They are so happy with this. And they don't just go, oh. They go, oh my god. That's just awesome. That's my eyes right now, yeah. That wing just looks perfect. Let's get out to the interior. Now the interior of the Rimac is another masterpiece. At least, now the bucket seats, they do have leather, but really the car itself is a sports car and hypercar. so you might as well want a little bit of comfort. But these are actual proper bucket seats, so there's nothing to worry about. Now there's a lot of digital screens everywhere. The digital speedometer, tachometer, everything's digital. And I think everything's going digital, like they're just putting streets and everything. So thanks Tesla, we hate you. Yeah, Tesla's been like, nowadays everybody is putting streets and everything. I don't like it. Terrible. At least there's still a steering wheel on it. Tesla, you might as well remove the steering wheel at some time. Yeah, let's get on with it. But the interior is brilliant. Now let's get on to another car launch that just came out. Now let's get on to the next car launch that just launched this week. It is the incredible Ferrari Monza. Now the Ferrari Monza it's a roofless hypercar. It's not a convertible, it's roofless. There's no roof, so if you go in the rain, bad luck on that one, right? Yeah, well, the Ferrari Monza is one of the first Ferraris. Welcome to the first of Maranello's new line of Icona cars, I think. Limited editions inspired by Ferrari's illustrious back catalogue. The Monza, a roofless, windowless roller skate based on the 812 Superfast, is the first of these. Only 499 will have be built, and you guessed it, they're all sold out. At £1.4 million a pop including tax. And that's pretty expensive, I have to say. Now the stunning bodywork is inspired by the 750 Monza and 860 Monza racing cars around of the mid 1950s. And I gotta say, the Monza looks beautiful. It looks impressive, wow. And Ferrari has offered a duo of Monza body styles, include the hedonistic single-seat SP1 or the more sociable two-seat SP2. Ferrari won't reveal what the split between SP1 and SP2 commissions was, but word is each Ferrari approved buyer could only pick one. No magic pairs for your collection. Yeah, so you can only buy one. Sadly, yes. But it just looks incredible. All of that gorgeous coachwork is carbon fiber, and it's all expensively bespoke. Even the LED light units, unusually a slender light bar instead of cord round lenses at the rear. Let's see that. Wow. Let's continue. Now, the Monza uses a 6.5 litre naturally aspirated V12 engine, and is lifted from the Ferrari psychotic Super GT, the 812 Superfast, having received a token 10 brake horsepower and 1 pound-feet power bump. It slots in under the new front-hinged clamshell bonnet, assaulting the usual 7-speed twin-clutch gearbox. Now that means that the horsepower is a lot. This one has a total of 799 brake horsepower and 530 pound-feet of torque. Wow. There's no SF90 style hybrid boost from this one as well, and it's rear-wheel drive. Wow. I'm blown out. It's crazy. It's also pretty dry. It's also pretty light. The SP1 weighs in at 1,500 kgs, while the SC2 at 1,520 kgs. Now, the car that you're seeing in the picture is the SP2 with 2 seats. That's really cool. Ferrari says that it does over 186 miles per hour, but as you know, here's a fact. Ferrari might as well lie about the speed, so we don't know whether it's true or not. That's sad. Yeah. This is a 812 Superfast for billionaires, basically, honestly. It's really cool, I have to say. So there you have it. That is the Monza. Let us get on with the back. Now the back looks incredible. I don't know what happened to the top, but those are like the seat covers, so it looks very impressive. And I already said that the tail lamps are really cool. They're really bespoke as well. And now it has quad exhaust, so 2 exhausts on both sides. Looks awesome. Now this is an open, so this is not a convertible, it's just an open racer. And as you can see, the interior itself is really cool. Now both the sides of the seats are split. There's like a wall between them, and that's made of carbon fiber again. The interior is very standard Ferrari style. The steering wheel is very sporty, and even the speedometer is impressive. It's really sporty, and it's not digital. Finally, yes, you heard that right. It's not digital. So Ferrari's trying to like take back the history on this one. You can see that. So let's get on to the next one. Let's get into some views here. We have this beauty slash terribleness. Oh man, it looks. Ah, my eyes are burning right now. Oh, what's happened there? BMW, what have you done? The iX. So BMW, if you haven't noticed, the latest line of cars is full of big and giant kidney beans. That's the signature grille. And previous BMWs were at least had small ones. Now this giant monstrosity. It looks awful, but I guess BMW likes to do that. So let's get into it. Now this is the BMW iX, and it's back to bless slash trouble your eyes. It's back because the folks in Bavaria have announced that an iX M60, so basically that means a sportier version of the iX SUV, is coming, and it can have an output exceeding 600 brake horsepower. Will join the range at some point in the near future. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's get straight into it. So as you can see, this is just some news, so I don't have a lot of information about this, but I do know that the iX, it's called the iX M60, and it's going to be part of the electric M line. So M is BMW's sportier branch, sportier branch, and they create a ton of sporty cars, and this is the electric line of M. So it's trying to focus on the electric line, and this is really cool, honestly. The BMW iX M60 having 600 brake horsepower. It's also cheap, I have to say. I don't have the price because they've not yet launched it, but they're just giving us a teaser. Yeah, and there you have it. That's the iX. Does that look beautiful? Oh yeah, and the interior. The interior is pretty bespoke. I really like it. Wow, BMW just makes good interiors, but again there's a giant screen. I don't like that. Now let's go to another car, a convincing DS. This is this DS9. Now DS is the third model from On's deluxe offshoot brand. Unlike the DS7 Crossback or the DS3 Crossback, it's the first designer label French car for ages to shun the jacked up crossover craze. Look, it's a perfectly conventional 4-door saloon car. Remember those? Well, I do. Let's get straight into it. So this is the SIP1 DS, and it is an incredible machine. It's gonna compete with all of the German automakers, Audi, BMW, Mercedes, Jaguar, all of them. Now this is a person where you've tried all the German automakers, but you've still not found the right one. This might as well be the right one for you. A DS9 is incredible, and it's like the Jaguar. It has 222 brake horsepower, a 1.6 liter petrol 4-cylinder, and it also has a plug-in hybrid edition. Pretty good. That's really nice actually. Wow. Now it looks handsome every time. It just looks handsome. Secon always makes up great cars. They always look good. The LEDs look impressive, marvelous. It has a 12-inch LEDs at the back and the front. They just look marvelous. And I have to say, wow, it's beautiful. Unlike the BMW we saw last time, this actually looks beautiful. Might as well be cleansing your eyes right now. Let's go on in. Now the interior has a 12-inch touchscreen for, as always, but it's a luxury car. It needs touchscreens. Come on. It even has a clock, if you notice. That is really cool. Wow. A luxury car has a clock. If any car has a clock, it's proven it's a luxury car. And not any sort of clock, an analog clock like that one, obviously. Wow. Brilliant. Now it does have digital speedometers and tachometers. Pretty cool, honestly. Very nice. Wow. Now SIP1 DS is pretty premium, but if you like a German automaker, I'll suggest going for them. But if you want something a little bit different and just as luxurious, you can go for the DS. Now let's get on to the final thing of today's daily dose of cars. M's first electric. This is one of BMW's M line's first electric vehicles that they just launched, and they've given us more photos about it. It is the i4 EV. They finally revealed it in all its toothy glory. We now know Brits will be able to choose between two models when it goes on sale here in November. So this is for Britain, not for India. There's the i4 eDrive E40, which costs from £51,905, and then there's the £63,905 i4 M50. So the M car, which BMW builds as the first purely electric performance car from BMW M. So this is an electric performance car. Wow. It just looks awesome. The kidney beans again just make your eyes burn. They look awful. I don't know what's happened to BMW with the kidney beans. Wow. That just looks terrible. Yes. Now it's like an M3, but it'll have 537 brake horsepower and 586 foot-pound of torque from 2E motors. Very good. And you'll hit 60 miles per hour in 3.9 seconds. Very good. Now that is claim. We don't know if BMW lies also. Who knows? I think everybody lies. Can't say much. Now it has 216 miles for the M edition. So this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the i4 M50, and it has a range of 316 miles. About the i4s. Now that is all the information I have for you right now. But the i4 M50s, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be awesome when they come out. I hope we get more information soon about them. But that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed today's daily dose. And here's some pictures of the M i450, and there's the interior. Another giant screen as always. I don't like it, it's terrible. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's review for today's incredible daily dose of cars. There were so many awesome vehicles that we went through, and I think it gave you a little bit of knowledge, and I tried to make it as interesting, as cool, and just as fun. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another daily dose of cars. Thank you so much for watching. See you, and good night.